Good morning, my fellow yoga travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. And always don't forget to loaf and lubricate. Monday, Poetry Day by Jalaluddin Rumi. Little by little, wean yourself. Little by little, wean yourself. This is the gist of what I have to say. From an embryo whose nourishment comes in the blood, move to an infant drinking milk, to a child on solid food, to a searcher after wisdom, to a hunter after more invisible game. Little by little, wean yourself. This is the gist of what I have to say. From an embryo whose nourishment comes in the blood, move to an infant drinking milk, to a child on solid food, to a searcher after wisdom, to a hunter of more invisible game. So what is this invisible game that we're supposed to be hunting as we evolve our spiritual understanding? First and foremost, I always want to keep reminding everybody, including myself, that whatever you give your attention to, the law of attraction is going to help to be more. And that means you have to watch what you're doing. The reason why I love yoga so much is not only just because it's a practice, but some of the things that it recommends or suggests that you do align with so many other disciplines. For instance, one aspect of yoga is called yoga samatva. Yoga is balance. Everything you do in your life has to do with this balance, whether it's in the practice, an active practice, a passive practice, or playing poker, know when to hold up, know when to fold up, and so forth. Yoga also says yoga karmasu kasalam. Yoga is skill in action. Everything you're doing affords you the opportunity to do it with full consciousness. Really be present. Invest yourself completely into it. And of course, yoga itself is a word that means union, and the union means a joining together, a yoking of all the disparate elements in oneself, so that you recognize that there's a systems theory here. You can't just do it with specialization in parts. Everything is connected to everything else. So you become like a holistic practitioner, not just a specialist. Now, if you want to have more joy in your life, and certainly my meditation teachers hope that you do want this, because that's the first thing. If you're not looking upward to begin with, nothing is possible. So the first thing is that nobody wants pain in their life, but resisting or not resisting the negative states of mind is an act of bravery. And that's what allows them to dissolve in mindfulness. Watch the thoughts arrive. Don't do anything to them. Don't hug them to yourself. Don't push them away from yourself. Because if you try to avoid or deny any emotion that you're experiencing, you lock it in by repressing it instead of learning how to release it. Now, all these things serve to do what? To help you in what I would call your own archetypal initiation. And this week, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be working on what I would call tips for the new year on the kinds of power that we have, how we use it, how we misuse it, how it can be creative, how it can be destructive. But first, you have to be willing to ask yourself the question, are you the one who is to come, or should we be looking for another? Can't pass the buck on this, can't farm this out. It's up to you. This is your personal archaeological dig to teach you what you're all about, to teach you what your energy is for. And of course, ultimately, if you're not going to resist those negative states and let them dissolve, you will eat your own ashes. You'll eat your own shadow energies of your past. So then you can responsibly use them in your here and now and in your future. Also, learning to express yourself rather than hold on and then withdraw is going to prevent you from having any kind of volcanic eruption that will blow the scene out of the water. All right, so first thing about kinds of power is clarification of language, whether it's Confucius or Socrates or Freud. The way you talk about things is a kind of viveka or discrimination. So attend to the way you speak to other people. And then look at the ideas that you hold, which is the same as stories that you tell yourself, the narrative that you really believe in. Because this kind of knowledge, this kind of information is power. Not just money is power. Knowledge about yourself. From the Delphic Oracle onward. And if you can get a better idea, right, an expanded idea of what's going on, or as I like to say, change your perspective to alter your perception, then widened practice almost always follows. And so, even if you have to lay waste to the cherished habits of your mind, don't be so narcissistically involved that you can't give up anything. Don't be a slave to anyone or anything. And that's the way you begin, checking yourself out and having a good year. Develop that kind of power. We'll talk about it more the next time I see you.